Okay, here we are, 7.2a. 7.2 is over what is called the quadratic formula. And on page 586, it shows you how the quadratic formula was found. And we're not going to do that, but pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to take ax squared plus bx plus c. That doesn't look like a zero, does it? Equals 0. And when we solve for x, so when we subtract c from both sides and, we just go through the whole thing of solving for x, we end up with an answer of negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So that is the quadratic formula. So when you're given an equation like this, we just take whatever number is here for a and we put it here and here. Whatever number is there for b, we put it here and here. And whatever we have for c, we put there. And we solve it or simplify it, and we find out what our x is. So, for instance, if we're given x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals 0. There are 3 ways to solve that. We can factor it, like we've done before, 6 and a 1 and a negative and a positive. So x is 6 or negative 1. Okay, that works for this one. Factoring works for this one. It doesn't work for all of them, but one of the key things is this is the simplest way, so it's your go-to first to see if it's possible to factor it that way. The next option that we talked about in the last section was completing the square. Move the 6 over, half of 5 and square it. And we solve for x this way. Okay, so then we take the square root of both sides, and we continue on, and we'll get 6 and negative 1 for that answer. The next option is completing the square, which is what we have right here. So let's go ahead and do that. X equals negative b. Negative whatever b is. Let's put an a here, a b here, and a c here. So negative, what is b? Negative 5. So negative b plus or minus square root, and then this says here b squared. So we're going to square the b, minus 4 times the number in front of a, or the a, and the number in front of x squared is 1, times whatever c is, and we look here and our c is a negative 6, all over 2 times whatever number is in front of our x squared, our a, which again in this case is 1. Okay, so once we get it that way, we don't really have any variables. We just continue solving. So what we're going to do here is we first of all work on what's in the radical sign. So we're going to kind of ignore everything else and do what's in the radical sign. So in here we've got negative 5 times negative 5 is 25. A minus sign, a minus sign here and a minus sign here means this is going to be plus 24 all over 2. And we're going to continue on. 49 all over 2. And then we're going to look at this here. We know that's a 5 plus or minus square root of 49 is 7. And that's over 2. So 5 plus 7 divided by 2 and 5 minus 7 divided by 2. 5 plus 7 divided by 2 is 12 over 2, which equals 6. 5 minus 7 is negative 2 over 2, which equals negative 1. So remember, clear back up here, when we solve this by dividing it into two binomials, we got the same answer. Okay, so the quadratic formula and completing the square both work for everything. Factoring does not always work, but it's your go-to because it's the easiest one to use in case you can factor. All right, so let's look at example 2. 2x squared equals negative 4x plus 3. So we need to get it into the ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 format. So let's move everything to the left, add 4x to both sides, subtract 3 from both sides, and there's our equation that we're going to use. So here's our a, our b, and our c. And I would practice writing the quadratic formula over and over and over just because it gives you an opportunity to memorize it. Okay, so now let's put our numbers in. Negative 4 plus or minus the square root of b squared, 16, minus 4 times our a times our c, all over 2 times our a is 2. Okay, so negative 4, again, we're going to do what's in the radical sign here. This is a minus, this is a minus, so that's going to give me a 16 plus 24. And that's going to be over 4. So negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 40 all over 4. And I can change that square root of 40, find two numbers, multiplied together give me 40, that I can take the square root of 1, so I can take that 2 out. Oops, not 2a, going to be 4. Okay, so at this point it kind of looks like we're done, but if I look here, I can see that I have a 2 here that I can factor out of that. So I'm going to go and take a 2 out, and I'm left with a negative 2 here, plus or minus the square root of 10, all over 4. And then I can reduce this 2/4 to 1/2. So now I have that right there for an answer. Or I'm going to separate the 2 plus square root of 10 over 2, negative 2 minus the square root of 10 over 2. Okay, one of the reasons, and I don't know that this section goes into that yet, I haven't looked far enough ahead, but one of the reasons that you do what's in the radical sign first is there is a certain bit of information if you do the b squared minus 4ac. If you do that first, you get some real good information. Because if you solve b squared minus 4ac and you get a positive number, it tells you one thing. If you get a negative number in here, it tells you one thing. And if you get 0, it tells you another thing. So that's why we do that first, because it saves us a lot of work down the road. So we'll get to that shortly. And I'm not sure, like I say, if they get into it in this section, but you will get into it later on. So anyway, that's just a heads up of why we do what's in the radical sign first. So this is example 3. Again, I'm going to put it in the correct format. And again, I'm going to write this. I was just made to do this over and over and over when I was younger. So I have it memorized. In fact, I can even talk while I'm writing it. So I must really have it memorized. Okay, so my A, my B, and my C. So let's put the numbers in here. X equals negative a negative 6. Okay, so remember, this is negative whatever B is. B is negative 6, so it's negative negative 6. And then we've got plus or minus. We square the negative 6. Minus 4 times A, which is 1, times C, which is 7, all over 2 times 1. So that gives me 2 negatives, give me a positive 6. Okay, so we're going to do, again, what is under here before we do anything else. So we've got 36 minus 28 all over 2. Some people have a hard time remembering that the entire thing is over 2, and sometimes they just put the radical over 2, and then you're going to get the wrong answer. So try to avoid doing that. Okay, 36 minus 28 is 8, and that's all going to be over 2. Now we look at the square root of 8, and that can be reduced to 4 times 2. Take the square root of 4, and that is the reduced version of the square root of 8. So let's go ahead and write that as 2 square root of 2 then. Okay. So we are in the same place we were with the last problem is these are both even numbers, so I can factor a 2 out of there. And these cancel, leaving me an answer of 3 plus square root of 2 and 3 minus square root of 2. Now, actually, I will take either 3 plus or minus the square root of 2 or written separate like that. I don't really care. But it is important to know that this means there's 2 solutions. Remember, if there are, or if it is a quadratic, and you have a squared on this, you're going to get 2 answers. So it appears when I get an answer like this, like I have 1 answer, but really it's 2 different answers. And one of the things I would suggest doing is do some checking once in a while, because there are some times where your answers are not going to work. So just a heads up there to do some checking. All right, I'm going to shut this video down and go into the new video for example 4.